One of the coolest episodes I've seen in any form of animation across my 35 years on this planet, man. Just simply amazing.
Hunter x Hunter, episode 35, The True Pass.
Holy shit, boy. Oh, man. Oh, woo. All right, calm down, Jim. Well, hello, my brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, and I'm here to bring you another review on the awesome and just so greatly shown, depicted story, whatever you want to call it, of Hunter x Hunter. Man, listen, first of all, because I don't want to get I mean, the elephant in the room, obviously, is the battle between Gon and Hisoka. However, that's only a small portion of the episode. The episode is very good on a number of levels for a number of different reasons. So first we'll start off, obviously. The last episode, we saw Gon and Killua, wind up taking out those other guys, Gaido and Ryvelt, I think his name was. And then we knew, of course, at the end that Hisoka had said, listen, now you can challenge me out. Now I'll accept your challenge to a match. So Gon's like, all right, cool, whatever. That's where the episode leaves off. That's where this one picks up, and actually in the month or so leading up to it, first we wind up going back to Zushi's place and obviously where Wing has been training them, and he starts explaining to them about now that they know some of the basic principles of Nen, now they have to learn how to use their Hatsu, and he explains it in a way that is really cool, and some people have told me about it in the comments about how you kind of fall into these different categories, but you really go and there's certain things that you may have a predisposition towards or may be better at than others, and there's these 6 categories, and they're categorized as an enhancer, an emitter, transmuter, a conjurer. There's like a specialist category that's basically everything else, and then there's a manipulator. And these 6 basic categories, he shows how they are. Like, if you're really good in one category, you'll have trouble learning stuff from another category that's not close or adjacent to it because they kind of play off each other and everything. And I know that I still don't have a full grasp and understanding of all of it, but I'm trying to learn as I go on over here. So it is definitely very cool because he explains about, and then he goes through and he says, now we'll go and we'll explain, I'll tell you what the people that you've seen so far using and what they used. And he explains about Hisoka and how he's able to do this and that, how he's able to manipulate this, and he's able to enhance this. And it's really neat to go and see and show how they break down in the categories and whatnot. So then what he winds up doing is he winds up doing this test where he takes to find out what predisposition you have towards what type of Hatsu, what type of Nen you're going to be able to actually use, right? And so he goes and Gon comes up first. And Gon goes, and he's got this, well, first he's got a glass with water in it, there's a leaf sitting in the top of it, right? And then he goes, and Wing himself goes and puts his hands to the side of it, concentrates and focuses some of his energy, and boom, the glass starts overflowing with water, right? And he's like, oh, he goes, okay, well, that's an enhancer, you know what I mean? So it enhances what's already there, I guess. That's what I'm trying to take from it. So Gon comes up, does the little test. Gon is also an enhancer. That's what he winds up getting. Zushi comes up and goes to do the thing, and the water doesn't move at all, but the leaf actually moves. So he winds up telling him that he is a manipulator, because he can obviously manipulate objects and things like that and actually move them, right? Then Killua comes up and goes to do his, and nothing happens. And Killua's like, what the hell does that mean? What does that mean, I have no potential? And he's like, so they all go and they taste the water, right? He says, no, taste the water. So they all go and taste the water, right? And then he goes, well, it's a little bit sweet. So it's just supposed to be water. Well, he actually changed the makeup of the actual water, right? And turn it into something sweet, a sweetened water, what have you. So he is considered a transmuter. And that actually sounds pretty cool when you think about it. So being able to kind of mutate or alter things that are already there. And that's how I look at his power. But nonetheless, what he winds up telling them is, listen, go train for the next 4 weeks. And then kind of we'll meet back here and circle around and see how you've been working on your stuff. So we go and we have a series, kind of a montage, so to speak, of just this sort of training, a very quick thing that goes by of them all practicing and trying to focus and seeing what they can do. And then they come back, when they meet back up, they wind up going in, and Killua actually goes first. He comes up and goes to the glass, whatever, does his thing. And everybody tastes it, and it tastes super sweet, right? So he's like, wow, boom, Killua, you did great. Zushi comes up, and he's concentrating. He's sweating bullets, man. And he's just barely able to get the leaf to spin around a little bit in there. And he says, listen, good work. Wing says, you need good work, but you need some more training, right? So he's kind of pissed off. Oh, so, you know, he's all mad. So then Killua comes, or Gon comes up, and Gon goes to do it, right? And he goes, and the glass actually cracks, and there's just like water flowing out from everywhere. And he's like, whoa, 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 stop, you know? So he explains to Gon, whoa, no, you're very powerful, and that's very good. He's got this great mastery of it, you know? So he's kind of going to give him like his clearance to go ahead and fight Hisoka, number one. And number two, what was really cool is that we get confirmation that Nen is so dangerous that they can't just tell you about it and teach it to you in the Hunter exam, right? Because there's so many people out there that would use it for evil. So what they actually do, because they cannot do that, is they take and after the actual Hunter exam and they send you out in the world, they go and they just sort of have you rendezvous or meet up with somebody. Like Wing was actually supposed to meet up with Gon. He was supposed to train him. And he likes Killua. He says Killua's got great potential. And he really hopes he'll take the exam again next year because he's going to be a walk in the park for him. But his focus was Gon. So then we go and we check in, and he says Leorio and Kurapika and this and that and everybody else, how they were learning. Pakel's having trouble learning it. But nonetheless, though, Kurapika has, and Leorio, he's studying and this and that. And we kind of get a little check-in with them. But what we get is confirmation that the Hunter exam didn't end. It wasn't ending there, and it can't end there. It has to end on the note of being able to, once you actually be able to use Nen in any way, shape, or form. I'm supposing to have a basic grasp of it. Because of the fact that you're going to have to go hunt down these criminals, these killers, probably other Nen users themselves, and you're going to be like this bounty hunter for justice of sorts. You have to be powerful and have to know what you're going to go up against, you know? So then you get to the point, and it eventually kind of diverges over, and we get the build up to the actual fight itself. And Gon goes and he winds up calling up Hisoka, you know, and Hisoka's standing there butt naked in his room, right, with his shit hanging out and everything. All you see is his ass from that side, but he's just facing out, just showing the whole world his junk from 200 floors high up. But anyway, he's like, hello. And Gon's just like, all right, man, we're gonna fight. And it's going to be a month from now or whatever it was, July 10th, I think was the actual date. And so he's like, okay, good. He's looking forward to it, right? So you got that whole build up and everything, you know, and it builds up and it culminates, you know, and it's just so great because then they go and the actual fight itself, then we get to the point where it's going to be the day of, you know. First you get the day before and you get, you know, Wing talks with Gon a little bit and he says, listen, just don't overexert yourself, don't push yourself too hard, blah, 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 you know. But Gon is on a mission, man. He is a madman. He wants to punch Hisoka in the face, you know what I mean? So anyway, so then we get that build up, and then the actual day of the fight, you know, you've got people clamoring to get in their seats and everything. The arena is packed, everybody's excited, and then boom, man, the lights go down. The annoying announcer comes on, and she's actually pretty funny. I shouldn't say annoying, but she's just comical the way she kind of just butts in sometimes with things. So then we go and we get, you know, one half of the arena lights up, the wall just lights up with like these red flames that go on, and all of a sudden, this big puff of smoke, and I'm thinking Hisoka's gonna appear, and no. It's Gon just standing there all badass. And he doesn't got his fishing pole with him. People are like, Gon, where's your fishing pole? You know? How are you going to hook Hisoka without it, you know? Anyway, and then we go and we get the, you know, and then all of a sudden, it's a blue flame. And we find out, of course, you know, Gon, they announce it. He's 3-1. He's on a roll, you know? And then Hisoka goes and comes out in a same type of puff of smoke with the blue around him, which usually signifies good, but maybe only in Star Wars. I don't know. Anyways, so then he comes up, and they're like Hisoka, you know? People are still reeling, and it's still fresh in their mind from his battle with Castro, which was, like, fucking awesome, you know? And he's, you know, he comes on, he's just looking all cool and creepy and just like he may touch you. And he's just like, you know, and they're like, Hisoka is 9-3, you know? If he wins this match, he'll go on to be able to challenge a floor boss. If he loses, he'll have to start all over from the beginning. But he's never lost when he's actually set foot in the ring, you know? So then they go and they come in, they want to take the long walk down these platforms, and boom, they get there, the platforms descend, and they're on this thing, you know, and it's going to build up, and I'm just thinking, oh, this is great, you know, and then they're just like, you know, points, KO, whatever, boom, ready, fight! And as they go fight, you know, it's great because Hisoka goes, he gets in his battle move or whatever, his battle stance, I guess you would say. But Gon just starts coming at him fast and furious, man. He is just, he's throwing kicks, he's throwing punches. And Hisoka's blocking or dodging it. He hits him, and then Gon goes and flies back, but then regains his balance, you know, slides back a little bit, comes back at him. And, I mean, just the animation, this, like, 3 minutes, I probably had to watch, like, 3 or 4 times over and over again. I'm probably going to watch it again when I'm done with this because it was so well done, you know? And he's just, I mean, just the conveyance of obviously the movement and everything like that, and then just the angles that they used was just, spot on, right? And he's, you know, and Hisoka's, he's blocking, he's dodging. There's one point where he actually goes and he hits Gon, and then it looks like Gon's going to go and kick him, but Hisoka's like, at the last second, blocks his foot. So anyway, this goes on for like a full minute or two before Hisoka winds up going and smacking him again, and then Gon actually goes and lands and doesn't come at him again. And I guess because there was that delay or whatever, and that, you know, him just not coming again at him, so the ref goes and awards Hisoka 1 point. But this was like 2 minutes of just like just back and forth battling, and it was great. And then Gon's pissed off. He's a little bit frustrated here because now he's obviously exerted a lot of force, and Hisoka's just like, yes, I didn't take one step, I didn't move at all. And Gon's like, what the hell, you didn't, right? And really what the whole deal, which is really cool, and Killua catches it from the stands as Gon's about to come in again. Gon's like, listen, I don't have to throw every attack to try to hit him with it, okay? I can feign some, you know, some attacks and this and that just to kind of get him and keep his defenses up and what have you, and kind of use a little bit of smoke and mirrors trickery, right? But Killua goes and even calls it from the stands. He's like, you know what he needs to do is, he goes, Hisoka, there's a great gap in power between the two, right? But the Hisoka has a weakness. The weakness is he knows he's better than Gon. He knows he's the stronger of the two, right? He knows that he can beat him. So he's not gonna, it's like a pride thing. He's not going to go and retreat. He's not going to take a step back. Gon can use that to his advantage. So Gon just gets up, man. Now he's throwing all these punches and kicks, but he's not even attempting to land many of them. Many of them are just coming close to him to throw Hisoka off. He winds up getting around behind Hisoka and then goes and just grabs. He's a 12-year-old boy. He is a man, boy. I tell you, he just grabs this tile and lifts the fucker up, you know. And this thing's probably like an 8x8 or 6x6 tile, you know. And he goes and flips it up, you know, flips it up towards Hisoka. As he does, and he jumps up and goes at it sideways, he goes and just kicks right through it. And as he does it, this thing just shatters in 1,000 pieces, and they all start flying at Hisoka. And Hisoka's trying to block and dodge and push him out of the way, and he's using the debris to obviously be able to mask his attacks or what have you. Then all of a sudden, Hisoka's like, what? Where is he, you know? All of a sudden, Gon, you see Gon, he comes out from around the corner of a piece of tile that was coming at Hisoka, and Gon's just like, in slow motion. And I mean, just fucking, just jerks him up and nails Hisoka, and I'm sitting here going, yeah, yeah. And the whole thing that I forgot, I got so excited I forgot to tell about this, or explain. Hisoka, everybody knows he's a creepy dude, right? He starts out and has it going, and they're about to fight and everything like that, and he sees Gon all like just all mad at him and everything. He's like, oh, don't look at me like that. He's like, I'm getting turned on. And then all of a sudden it goes and he does this pose where he's like, swing! He's like sticking his... you have to watch it to see it, and just swing! I was looking at it and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, this dude's getting a boner. Because a 12-year-old's giving him a hard look and he's going to come at him, you know. Man, what is the world coming to? Creepy-ass clowns. That's why I don't like clowns. That's why I don't like clowns. But anyway, all in all, just, I mean, an awesome episode. A fantastic episode. The best episode that I've seen so far. And it's amazing. And I love how, you know, and everybody gets me hyped, too, in the comments because they're like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You're just scratching the surface. It's only got to get better. You know, and I keep thinking, yeah, whatever. You know, I mean, we'll see, right? Opinions may vary and this and that. But, man, so far it has not disappointed at all. Not one bit. Excellent. And, I mean, just the best thing that I'm watching right now. Best animated thing that I'm watching right now. I'll definitely put it that way. So, oh, man, fantastic. And Gon just nailing him and hitting him. Oh, and I mean, the fight's still going on. So, I mean, they leave us hanging. The narrator tells about this and that, but, you know, Gon's got a lot ahead of him. But just seeing Gon go and just connect and make a solid blow on him. Oh, my God. And how he did it, how he came at him. And Hisoka, that moment where Hisoka was like, where is he? And I was just like, Hisoka's freaking out. Even if he was just a little bit nervous for a couple of split second or whatever it was. I thought it was great to see that from Hisoka because he's always been so just assured of himself and just so, like, you know, matter of fact with his weird sort of perversion type stuff that he does, his perverted fighting style, you know, his touch your wiener style. But, man, awesome stuff. The episode ends off after that, and my episode question for you, brothers and sisters, is ultimately, what are your thoughts on this fight between Gon and Hisoka? And in addition to that question, what are your thoughts really on the 6 different kind of technical categories of prowess that your Hatsu can fall within and whatnot for your Nen? I thought that was very interesting as well, and I didn't glaze over it, but I didn't give it as much focus and attention as what really got me hyped, which was certainly this meeting between Gon and Hisoka. So let me know what your answer to those questions are in the comments down below. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, the like button if you should think that I deserve it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will look forward to catching all of you hunters in the next Fun Nation.
Come follow me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and check out my other channel too.